All right, let's go out and look at the stuff. Let's look at the greenhouse and I'll show you my asparagus patch. Our asparagus patch. Now, we just planted them last year, but I was amazed. Some of the stalks came up big. They're really, I could have harvested a few of them early, but I really wouldn't have had enough for a mess. There's one popping up. There's another one right there. You can just barely see him. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 out of 10 have come up. I'm pretty impressed. And there's no telling, maybe the 10th one will show up too. Now, I'll make a comment here. I bought these from Burgess, and another guy I watch, American Homestead, did a bit on them. And I have to tell you, they weren't a very good deal. That I felt a little used after my order came in. These were supposed to be buy 5, get 5 free. But what happened was this. I got 5 normal sized asparagus root, but then the other 5 were little teeny stinky things. Luckily they seemed to really like the spot I put them in, and they all came back up so far except for one. And like I say, as you can see, there's still just some of them breaking the surface there. You know, that last one may be just not quite out yet. All right, let's go in the greenhouse. Let's up peek at some strawberry plants while we're at it. Like I say, they're just going nuts. Don't see any berries starting on them yet, but lots of blooms, so that's pretty exciting. All right, it's been raining today, so they're really, you know, it's kind of dreary out. Now, these are some radishes. I'm just going to try to grow some in a tray this year. Just a few. I don't eat them, but my dad does, and he's in his 90s. So, you know, I thought, what the heck? Let's try to grow just a few for him. All right, this is sugar baby watermelons. Haven't popped out yet. These 2 are squash just coming up, and in the back is cantaloupe, and that hasn't showed up yet, but I'm sure they will. These are my green beans that'll be transplanted out as soon as they get tall enough. The green beans, I'm doing bush beans this year. I did a climbing bean last year. Didn't like them. I didn't feel like you got enough fast enough. You know, it just wasn't very good. But these are Bush Blue Lake. I've had before. I liked them. They yielded really good. So we're going to try them again. Now, these 2 flats right here, these are beets. And I'm going to set them out when they get large enough to poke out of the mulch. And they're all popping out. Boy, they're coming up good. So, like I say, this stuff's only been planted about a week. So, you know, it's doing what it's supposed to. All right. These 2 are peppers. One has come up. The other didn't. It was still kind of cool at nights when I put them out. So I may just get the one, and that's okay. I don't eat very many peppers at all, and my wife doesn't like them a bit. So, you know, one plant will do it. Now, here's my 4 tomato plants, and I kind of want to explain that. These are a determinate Rutgers tomatoes. I've had them before. They've grown well for me, and I like them. And what I'm going to do, determinates come up. These get about waist high or so. So a tomato cage is plenty for them. they have all their tomatoes and then they die. So what I'm going to do is successive planting. I'm going to get some more of these put in and started, say in a month or so, and that way when these start to fade, I'll have another batch planted out there. Maybe I've got the potatoes are already planted in that big bed where the asparagus is, and that's where the tomatoes will go, is on the other side. So probably I can start them. I can put them out as the potatoes are finishing up, maybe. So we'll see. But these are going along good. They'll be ready to go by the first of the month, I hope. All right, here's all the marigolds. The marigolds are starting. Some of them are up. Some of them aren't quite up yet. But I have confidence. They're doing okay. Now I'll thin these down, although I could probably get by without it, being they're marigolds. They're just pretty hardy. And but I plant those on basically both ends of all the beds. And I have been totally amazed because we are plagued by horrible squash bugs. But by gosh, those marigolds just keep them away. I haven't seen a squash bug in 2 years. Now if I could just get rid of that groundhog that shows up to eat the squash, we'd be all right. That ornery booger last year, he got in. I only saw him once, but he showed up. And the first thing he does is eats all the leaves off the squash plants. And the second thing he does, maybe I forgot to show the squash. These are spaghetti squash. You know, we never had cooked those before, and we tried it. But anyway, that groundhog eats every leaf off the squash. And last year I had butternut, and the squash were, I had 4 nice-sized butternut squashes on those vines. And I'd be darned if he didn't eat every leaf off those vines. And after that, he ate the squash. So, that thing's got to go. And right here, and I'm going to give a shout out to Allotment Grow How, because I have given him trouble about growing flowers, and I'm just joking. But he's got a nice channel, and I enjoy watching his stuff. Sometimes some interesting camera angles. And so, these are lupins. And as you can see, we got 100% germination there, and I only put 1 seed in each cell. So I'm going to put those out somewhere this summer, and we'll see what they do. I don't know if the weather's just right here in Kansas for them, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see. I know we got pretty good, healthy soil. So that's just an overview of what I've got started so far in the greenhouse. Later, I am going to do broccoli this year, or at least that's the plan. But I'm going to do it late. So, like the collard greens we had last year, I'm going to be putting it out maybe in August so that it can be established and grow through the cool weather in September, October, and maybe even into November. So, that's it, folks. It's just kind of a dreary old wet day outside, so it's a nice day to shoot a quick video and go look in the greenhouse where it's not raining on us. All right, thank you very much.